So, for my senior project, I volunteered at Girls Incorporated in Concord, New Hampshire. Girls Incorporated is a camp for girls to be in an environment where they can express themselves and truly feel empowered to make a difference in the world. One of the reasons that I wanted to work at Girls Inc. was to try and help girls become leaders and to be who they are despite their differences. It was really cool to work with these girls and to kind of see what it was like for girls to act outside of the classroom. A lot of the girls here at Girls Inc. aren't in the same financial or social situations. A lot of the girls who came to the Girls Inc. summer camp kind of struggled to fit in at school, either socially or had a physical or mental disability. So bringing them all together at Girls Inc. really gave them the chance to kind of shine and to show us really just how great of a girl they were. The main goal of my project was to help girls discover their true confidence and for them to really express their leadership and what it feels like for them to be empowered. So, my first day of Girls Incorporated, what I kind of thought was going to happen at least was I would go and I would set up breakfast, I would help clean up, I would set up lunch and snack, which are the three meals that they serve at Girls Incorporated, and that I would just kind of assist the counselors. I would clean up, I would help, bring the girls from one room to another. I would tell everyone to sit down and be quiet when it was time for stories or for movies or to do activities. But from the second that I walked in, I knew that that's not how Girls Incorporated was going to work, because as soon as I opened the door for my first full day of volunteering, two girls already attacked my leg and they were like, Amanda, it's so great to have you here. And just as soon as I got there, I just felt the immediate connection with these girls. Um, Definitely one of my goals was to create a positive environment for these girls so that they could feel confident in their own skin. Girls Incorporated does a really great job of making girls feel themselves and that it's okay to be different, and as long as you're being yourself, that's exactly what we want. One of the activities that really demonstrated this skill was called Try for Five. And every day the girls would, weather permitted, we would take them outside and they would play a game, whether it be soccer, volleyball, kickball, freeze tag. Freeze tag was a big favorite of the girls. They would try the game out for 5 minutes. They would play, participate, and then if they weren't feeling the game, if they weren't feeling up to participating, if they didn't really like it, if it wasn't them, we would allow them to sit on the side and they could sit with other girls and the counselors who weren't participating. That really got the girls to kind of get up and try and to participate. We would have activities where girls would participate all as one big group, and we would have separated activities. So if girls, if the younger girls didn't want to play kickball with the older girls, we could separate them later so they weren't feeling, anxious about anything. Another thing that I did when I was at Girls Incorporated was I worked with Young Women's Leadership, or YWL, in ways for them to demonstrate leadership qualities with the younger girls. At Girls Incorporated, we had different theme weeks. We had a beach theme, we had a winter sports, we had holidays, we had carnival, we had a lot of typical summer camp ways for the girls to get involved, and to kind of just make it a little bit more fun. But Young Women's Leadership would always put on an activity at the end of the week, whether it be a scavenger hunt, a haunted house, a big carnival day. And they did a really spectacular job in putting all this together for the younger girls. Definitely giving the girls in Young Women's Leadership responsibility made them feel like they were leaders, and they were definitely great role models for the younger girls. The younger girls definitely looked up to all the older girls, doing activities and really putting themselves out there. Definitely showed a great sense of empowerment. It was definitely great to see the girls progress, to see their leadership really pan out over the span of the 6 weeks that I had worked with the girls. Another thing that I was a part of at Girls Incorporated was the Penny Wars. Not a lot of the girls have the money or the funding to go to fun summer activities, such as going to amusement parks, going to movie theaters, going to wherever typical kids want to go over the summer. So at the very no the second to last day of camp, my bad, the girls went to Canopy, And since not all of the girls could afford it, we had this penny competition, and you would donate all your loose change into these jars, and they were separated by different age groups, and all of the money that was donated would go towards this trip for families that couldn't pay for it. And it was really nice to see how excited the girls got by come the last week, when they found out that they were all going to Canopy. It wasn't a full like expense paid trip like the families did have to pay some money, but it was definitely at a cheaper cost than what it would be, to pay the full price. I definitely, going into Girls Incorporated, again, as I stated earlier, was not what I expected. Um, Being there, I kind of felt like a big sister to some of those girls. I really discovered that the girls just need love, honestly. Being with these girls, a lot of them don't have the same like social position as, what a lot of us here are used to. These girls just need somebody to look at them and say, you are important and you are needed, and they don't get that at school or at home. So when I would play Mancala with some of the girls, and I would let them win, it was, you need to tell constant reminders of how great they are and how they are important in this world. That was definitely one of the biggest things I would say that I was there to do, is to make these girls feel like they're important and to feel that they are needed. That definitely, when they were given those two things, that's what made them the best leaders, I think. That's what really had them show their true colors. Well, I was there this summer to, show the girls really different leadership qualities and what it takes to be someone who is confident and outgoing and somebody who really enjoys life. They ended up teaching me some things, and I like kind of didn't expect that, but it was really nice to have these girls come and not give me feedback, but really to show me some different key aspects that I wasn't really so great on. Definitely something that I learned at Girls Incorporated was patience is key. That when somebody comes to you with a problem, no matter how radical it may seem, that you need to sit down with them and understand their point of view. And you need to sit and understand how it feels to be in their shoes, how it feels for them, and definitely just to be there and talk. The whole big sister aspect was definitely a huge part of working at Girls Incorporated. Another thing that I learned was that underneath it all girls they just need love, first of all, but they mean well. So basically, they just need a boost of confidence. That saying, confidence is key, definitely holds true for the girls here at Girls Inc. Um, Telling the girls, especially, there was this one game in particular, it's called Gaga Ball. It was a game made up by some old counselors at Girls Incorporated, and when these girls played that game, they just felt so happy, and they loved explaining the game to me. They loved explaining it to the younger girls. They really just needed to feel confident, and when they were feeling good about it, that's really what's really the good part of being there, I would say, was having these girls want to explain things to me. They wanted to show me what being at Girls Inc. was all about. Another thing that I learned when I was at Girls Incorporated was to not take anything for granted. Coming home to my own siblings was definitely, I needed to show them how much I really do love and care about them, because the girls that I worked with at Girls Inc., they don't have family members that can care for them, or they only have a guardian, and you never know what you have until it's gone. So I really made an effort to go home and to show my sisters how much they mean to me, so they never have to feel the way that some of these girls at Girls Incorporated do. And definitely the biggest aspect of it all was that really these girls just need someone. They just need a friend. They need someone who's there to say, wow, you did a great job, or wow, you look great today, or just to give them a hug and to sit in color with them. That was definitely one of the biggest things that I did, was when girls were feeling a little bit emotional, we would sit down and we would color. I would talk to them, we would have a great day, they would tell me about their life at home, they would tell me what they did the night before, and they would sit and color me a picture, and then I would keep the pictures. I kept all the pictures that I colored with the girls at Girls Incorporated, because I can look back on it and remember the day that we colored together. And that was my favorite part of Girls Incorporated. At first, I wasn't so sure that I wanted to even work at Girls Incorporated. I really wanted to do my project on diabetes, because I have type 1 diabetes, and I thought that would be such a great connection to work with kids who have type 1 diabetes, because they're just like me. But when that kind of didn't work out, I looked into other ways that I could like give back to the community and help out. And when I saw Girls Incorporated, I I've never heard of it before, but I like went and checked it out. I researched it a little, and I am so glad that I chose to do my senior project at Girls Incorporated because it was one of the best parts of my summer. And I really enjoyed being with these girls, and I'm going to miss them all so much.